The town of Milo is running thin after 4 select board members resigned within the last 2 weeks. Good evening. Thanks for being with us for News Center Maine at 5. I'm Brian Yukono. Amanda Hill is off today. 3 board members in Milo held an illicit meeting about personnel outside of a public session. Before being ousted from the board, they left on their own. News Center Maine's Raya Wooten has more.
Town leaders say they're disappointed in their peers and their actions breached a level of trust between elected officials and community members.
There's multi-layers of what went wrong.
A slippery slope and the violation of what is considered a known code of conduct leaves constituents in the town of Milo solely represented by Paula Copeland, the chair and only remaining member of the select board.
And you talk about your kids, you talk about your pets, you talk about the weather, but you don't talk about town business.
Copeland says that's exactly what former select board members Susan Libby, Donald Banker, and Eric Foss did back in March. After an executive session on March 7th, as the town attorney walks out of the town office doors, Libby, Banker, and Foss have their own meeting in the lobby.
They should be working 5 days a week all year because we need people out there on the roads and we ought to change that.
Discussing personnel matters and criticizing Milo Public Works and town employees. Conversations that elected officials are only allowed to have in public or executive sessions.
Especially when we don't even have a treasurer that knows what she's doing. We'll be screwed for a while.
The entire 27-minute conversation was picked up by a town office security cam and overheard by community members who blew the whistle, alerting town manager Robert Kenny.
The way they went about it and the nature of the conversations created a big divide between the board and the town employees. There was a severe breach of trust.
A divide that prompted nearly 200 community members to sign a petition to recall the results of the town's March 11 election. But before the board members were forcibly removed, the resignation domino effect played out. First Libby, then Banker, and last Foss. Months later, while all 3 still declined to speak on the issue, those remaining are still on damage control.
This is not us, this is just the actions of a few folks. And now that those folks have done the right thing and resigned, we can all move on from this, and that's what we intend to do.
The town of Milo will hold a special election on June 3rd to replace the 4 board members who resigned. In Milo, Raya Wooten, News Center Maine.
The town manager there, Robert Kenny, says that 4th board member who resigned was frustrated with the ongoing conflict between board members and was not involved in that meeting in any way.